Yeah, I went somewhere wrong. Oh, oh, hey guys. Didn't expect to see you here. I did it. Where's the camera? Hang on. I'm gonna fix the camera a bit. Hang on. There you go. I don't know where I'm not supposed to be at. I'm landing here. So, hello guys. This I'm Night Tom. The I don't know what else it's supposed to be, but I'm Tom. You can call me that. But today we're gonna be going over with the most humane dojin that has been made. As you guys be wondering, like which doji man I'm talking about. Well, it's got started with a series called Girls in Panzer. In case you don't know what's Girls in Panzer, here's a quick, quick brief of it.
I just be my wing. I just be my shine. 空に with the light.
Girls in Panzer, anime show from Japan. It's about like main character named Miho Tsume transfer out of her old school to Hawaii, where she wanted to live a quiet life. Next thing you know it, she was forced to join Taker because her school was about to be shut down. Yeah, school was about to be shut down due to the student council, which, be frankly, they just like be an objector, like automatically. It's kind of accurate, but the American government did it to prevent people. But anyway, moving on. So the whole basically the anime shows Miho trying to compete, Tankery trying to save her school with her friends as she meet up later on through Tankery. Yeah, she did face other schools, like for example, Saint Gloria, what else? Saunders, Anzo. If you watched the special episode, Prava, the last winner of the tournament of Sensido, and then finally her old school where her older sister's at, Gourmet Girls Academy. Yeah, I know. But anyway, going on. But later on, after the final battle against Miho and her older sister, Maho, they walk, Miho wins, she wins the tournament. Yay, congratulations. Next thing you know it, in the Girls of Panther film that they released, the school gets shut down because of broken promise. I mean, yeah. I mean, would it keep their words, huh? I mean, it's surely not something bad. But anyway, moving on. Next thing you know, we meet the main antagonist, I can't even say his name, but his name is. Hang on, I need to see I have to search up the guy's name. Hang on. I just. Oh, it's his name. Anyway, Renta Renta shut down the school, saying like, oh, uh, yeah, get feel the law. Later, Miho's mother and the other group of the Senko Federation came down, just wanted to, like, how you say, have a chit chat with him. Next thing you know it, the student council president challenged him to a sensual battle, which they took on the university, Mio and her friends, and other schools that they had fought against in the show teamed up. Miho managed to beat the college team. They got their school back, and then we got the girls who passed their finals, which there are at least four movies, yeah, four movies of the thing, and then 5 and 6 is still under development, and then we got the sideshow of the manga versions, which I gotta say the mangas are pretty funny. Love it. Hopefully, I'm so glad they're making the episodes. I hope they make more of it. But we got more of the fandom growing throughout the years. I mean, I'm surprised that anime, that has been made for 13 years and counting, is grew strong. I mean, we got like a lot of things. We got mods in War Thunder. We got mods in War Thunder for it. Then we got promotions of it in Worlds of Tanks. I am not joking. There's World Tanks ads if you could search that up. I mean, seriously. When I knew like you could be able to play as Fury and World Tanks against Mihonizumi in that game as well. They could get that game soon. But anyway, let's get straight to the video of what I'm about the curse thing. So we know about the fans, right? People who love the show and such. They make fan arts, they make anything, they make questionable things, which I will not be disclosing because for the sake of this small channel though, because how you say it? I'm 62, come on. I mean, what's gonna happen to me? But anyway, moving on. There's one thing that the fandom do not want to talk about, which is the I'm gonna need a moment. Alright guys, here's what's gonna happen. So I talked to this group of my friends. I share their opinions about this video. For example, let's go to my friend Reich. So, because me and him talked about it a lot. So Reich, what do you think of this video, huh? This story. What do you think of it?
Wait, what? No!
Right. Tro, what do you think about it as well, huh?
What the fuck did you just send me?
Okay, we're skipping this. Continue on the video. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, the most cursed thing I'm talking about is the... God, I hate to say this. Is Yukiyukari, Girls of Panzer. Yep. The most bad thing that nobody wants to talk about. So yeah, that's the thing is what the author the author who made it is not even a fan. But in truth, he made the show, like the characters from the show, accurate to it, except for Kay and Kadusha, which I gotta say, Kay looks like General Patton. If you ever see the movie Patton, I'll show you brief clips when I get to the chapter. But so far, this guy made 3 chapters. 1, 2, and 3. Jesus Christ! And most of these things has war crimes. Basically, stuff happened in World War II. Just for example, like Jesus Christ. I mean, the only thing that was fucked up when I see this was mostly when I played War at War. Yes, War at War. Actually, War at War, Call of Duty War at War was kind of fucked up during the Soviet and the Pacific campaign. I mean, if you, I'll talk about that. War at War will be on a later debate about. Anyway, moving on. I don't know even how to start this. If to be frankly honest, I don't even know how to speak about it. But here we go. Girls of Panzer, Yukiyukari review. Here we go. So, if I read the story, so to be honest about the Yukiyukari thing, I read the book. I hate to say this, and I will admit, 10 times before. Yes, I watched the uncensored version. There's a censored version in YouTube, which, to be honest, this guy, I don't know where in his right mind got the whole 3 chapters in his YouTube. I don't know why he did it, but it's there on YouTube. I'll post the video link here in the description. Also, most of this been talked into YouTube Redlin. What's this? Hang on, I gotta search it up. I'll be right back. Alright, back. Alright. I want to think this, like how you said, the honest review, the most controversial review was Redlin Ranger Studio. But I'll give him a shout. I'll give him a shout out for this. I did this research on my own, and yes, I know some of the parts of the reference of the curse review that I'm doing, and also all this. So let's get into chapter 1, shall we? Let's do this. Chapter 1, Girls of Panzer, Yukiyukite Sensha Do. First, to start off with a flashback between Miho's early days when she was in Kurmai, right? Yes. And during the match against Prava, she was with her older sister Maho. With that, they're under fire with Katusha rockets, solid organs. Yeah, it is right. Yeah, which that's what the Soviets call it at the time. Bombed at Maho's and Miho's position. Later on, after that, Miho was the only crew member that survived from the smoke from the explosion. She got out and met her sister outside of the tank, which they were surprisingly survived from the rocket barrage. Later on, Soviet tanks and Prava tanks were moving in. Miho and Maho's crew quickly ran behind cover, watching the tanks pass by, until then one of the girls who wanted to surrender gets turned into Swiss cheese. Literally. Just wanted to surrender. She became Swiss cheese, gunned down like a dog. I'm sorry, it's a joke that one of my friends like to say, gunned down like a dog. Basically. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I need to shoot that. It's just, I want to make it funnier. Anyway, moving on. Miho and Maho got captured. Until then, Miho was having that nightmare that she woke up and waking up in the present day, where she was living a quiet life in RI, because she transferred out of her old school after what happened. She met Sayori and Hana during her quiet time, until then later on, we get the repeat of episode 1 of the Girls of Panzer show, where President and the student council again tell Miho to go choose Sensha Do. Which again, get drafted again.
Yours.
Wow!
I see a red door and
Miho didn't want to because she... Ugh. I'll get to that part where she doesn't want to, but moving on. As Miho was walking alone, she meets Yukiyukari. That's her name. I don't know her name. Yeah, is it Yukiyukari? But anyway, moving on. Yukiyukari was fascinated to see how you say it. Seeing Miho there, and she goes on being saying what she was. Like, she was the legendary SS commander. And yada yada yada, but she been like a biggest tank military fan. Which, I gotta say, I'm lucky myself because, well, let's just say I'm holding a Molson Nagant rifle in my hand, and basically, as a kid, I actually played Little Green Man. If you don't know what those are, here's photos of them. Yeah. But moving on. During their chat with Miho and Yukiyukari, Miho did not want to join Tankery as she wants to have, Tankery be banned from the planet. She's like, nah, she doesn't want Tankery. But Yukiyukari didn't like that, and she begged Miho. But let's say Yukiyukari has been a big fan that it shows a brief flashback of Yukiyukari, her early childhood, like her, let's just say, tank modules, her tank toys and such. Then later on, her mother came in, being like anti-war feminist. She confiscated her toys, and later on, if she said this, "Geez, how could girls in middle school be going with boom 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 with these things? If you like war so much, go to Iraq." I mean, okay, that's pretty fucked up that she said that, because despite America being twice in Iraq, one in the Gulf War and Operation Death Storm. And yes, there are fan arts of Yukiyukari in Iraq, not in Afghanistan. Redline made the mistake of saying Yukiyukari was in Afghanistan. No, she was not in 2003 Afghanistan war, and that we've been there for 21 years. 20 years, yeah. 20 years as we've been wondering the same question as what the hell we're being there. But anyway, sorry, I had to make that joke. Sorry. Later on, Yukiyukari then, how you say it, Yukiyukari joined a club online, which is about, how you say it, about group of tankeries, which they actually go to museums and such, which, I gotta say, was quite nice. I mean, to be honest, I would love to join that group, but later on, the boys in the group that Yukiyukari was in, they raped her. Yes, I am not going to repeat that. I just they forced their way with her. Fucking damn it! Sorry. I lost my cool with that. It's just, it was quite messed up. But anyway, yeah, this goes on for 5 pages until later on she left, until the group just disbanded, leaving Yukiyukari with the Team Tiger tank, and she left crying from the thing, taking her. I don't want to continue on with it, but let's move on. Moving on. After the brief flashback, Mihu then later accepts Yukiyukari and then later joins Mihu in the thing. Later on, during the brief panels of them training, we just see one panel of Yukiyukari fondling the tank shell like a dick. Yeah. To be honest, there's a lot of fan arts of Yukiyukari doing other stuff like those. It's just not surprising, alright? But moving on. Later on, we get this next tournament. 75th, the 74th tournament of championship. All the schools are gathered. Miho and her friends were gathered. But anyway, during the meetup, then there was a speech given by, what's the guy's name of this thing? Yeah, it's, God damn it, he's an ex-redliner. About who the guy is. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna give him a call. Okay, so bad news. I don't have Redliner's Discord. Fuck. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, we get introduced to the main antagonist of the thing, Kento. Which the girls explain later. Shocked to see him. Even about the system of BR system, which is the Battle Royale. I mean, to be frankly, Battle Royale has been not surprising. Anyway, he goes on say how Sensha Do has changed and find it how you say it, not right. So he's gonna put it all back. That should go back to their old ways, which is.
Das deutsche Volk habe den Glauben an den Sieg verloren. Glaubt ihr mit dem Führer und mit uns an den endgültigen, totalen Sieg der deutschen Waffen? Die Engländer behaupten, das deutsche Volk wehrt sich gegen die totalen Kriegsmaßnahmen der Regierung. Es will nicht den totalen Krieg, sagen die Engländer, sondern die Kapitulation. Wollt ihr den totalen Krieg? marschiert Deutschland und hin!
To be honest, I do not why this guy suggests going back to where things was, like back to World War II. I mean, why go back there? We got Nazism, which Hitler killing all the Jews, and we got the Japanese taking over like the remote islands from America and from other nation islands around Japan. Sorry, I stuttered a lot. And then we got them invading through China. Sorry, I don't think that. It's quite messed up that he suggests to go back where things were. I mean, like, would you like to go back during World War One to trench warfare? Hell no, I do not want to go back. Despite, like, how you say it. Good parts of it, but Jesus, no! But anyway, the girls were given, like, Bihu went over the tank shell, which they're going to use live ammunitions, which shows that the tank ammunition that they're using. Despite, like, their discussion about it, they know they're going to lose their lives since they're using real ammunitions. Like, some of the girls don't really care. Like, they're like, oh, yay, we're gonna die. Let's do this. It's like that average episode.
Any questions? That looks fucking awesome! Good!
They're like, we're gonna lose our lives. Oh boy, let's just don't care. Let's win this and survive, and hopefully no one dies. Yeah, very messed up things is gonna happen. Then later on, after that, we get the next panel showing Kay in the Panic Getup. Yes, the author made references of every World War II movies. Like, for example, Kay wearing padding. Yeah, that actually happened in the film, not in real life. But anyway, she gives a whole speech of how her school, this and that. I don't want to get into it because the speech is very long. Patton gives also the same speech in the movie, but in real life, let's be honest, Patton never given that speech in real life. No. Nobody, not even those under his command, recall of him giving that speech. But moving on, the match begins between Saunders versus. But during the matches, we got the Rabbit team and the Duck team in one of the parts of the forest. They see a Sherman, they open fire, they hit the tank, but we see Alyssa we didn't see Alyssa's tank pulling up. So you're like, oh, hey guys, and then gun down the Duck team with the M2 Brownie. No, really, she gunned them down inside the tank. Like, the M2 Brownie literally tore the team's tank, killing everybody inside. If you don't know what the fire rates of the M2 Brownie, let me show you a demonstration, alright? Let me just show you the camera. Alright, anyway, what does that say? Right next to me is the M2 Brownie right here. For example, I'll be test firing it, alright? So watch closely. I just need one. Yeah. You get my point. Yeah, Alyssa used this machine gun, killing the Duck team. She literally gunned them down.
He died like a dog.
I mean, I'm not even surprised that she used that, killing everybody in that team. But anyway, After Rabbit Team saw that, they ran away. They got out, but later on, another Sherman pulled out of nowhere, and used a flamethrower, the Emperor Crocodile, and burned the whole team alive, killing both teams, the Rabbit and the Duck team. I mean, yes, fair share, the M4 Crocodile was used in the Pacific during the Japanese Remote Islands campaign and the Island Hopping campaign, and small time, and it was rare in the Europe theater war when the Americans used it. But moving on. After that, we get clips of me Alyssa getting karma by how you say it, by the Porsche tank firing at Alyssa's tank, killing her and her crew. Which I gotta say, it was karma coming to her. But yeah, we get brief panels of how you say it. Miyu was eliminated that small group that it was under Alyssa's command. Kai wasn't happy about it, but caused a retreat. Later on, during like the moment of how you say it, of silence of the battlefield, Sayori tried to like how you say it, try to withdraw, which is basically surrendering. But however, most of the girls really did want to surrender because they don't want to die like what happened to the Duck team and to the Rabbit team. Like sure, they don't want to get gunned down with the M2 Brownie again or get blown up by the Sherman tanks or get burned alive. There's a lot of gruesome ways to die in that. In there. But as they were considering surrendering, Miho did not want to surrender. No, she did not want to surrender just because what happened back then when she was in Kermaid when she surrendered last time, which shows a brief panel of Miho and her sister Maho surrender, and they were I don't know how to talk about this, but was beaten, raped again. I didn't want to say it, and was tortured nearly. That was fucked up. Katusha and Nana was there. They're just like how you say it. They were like they didn't really care that they were fine with all this happening. But later on, the guy that was seen like was talking to Miho and Maho. That's a guy that was part of the controversial about during the early stage of the Iraq War, which Redline explains that nine people who were the CIA and American Army operators were trial for convention of war crimes. That's right. And brutal methods of torture and the way they handled for the interrogation and death. Person, which I don't want to go into with. But yeah, he referenced one of those guys, one of the people there in that panel. It's quite messed up, and the guy left Maho in the most shocked state that she couldn't even speak and do anything anymore. He mentally broke her. Yeah, after Miho told that story to her friends, they were like, they're unsure of what to do, but they had no choice but to fight a win, so they made that win. But anyway, going on, we shows a brief panel of Kay entering the medical tent. Yes, Kay. Yeah, this actually reference to that part where Kay. No, in reference to the movie scene of Hannah entering the tent, showing her respect all the wooden soldiers there. Here's a clip if how you say it for those who don't understand.
Well, hell, you're just a goddamn coward. have a yellow bastard sitting here crying in front of these brave men who've been wounded in battle? Shut up! Don't admit this yellow bastard. Nothing wrong with him. We won't have sons of bitches who are afraid to fight stinking up this place of honor. You're going back to the front, my friend. You may get shot, you may get killed, but you're going up to the fighting. Either that or I'm going to stand you up in front of a firing squad. I ought to shoot you myself, you goddamn bastard. Get him out of here. Send him up to the front. You hear me?
Yeah, it shows a brief. Yeah. After that, we then shows a panel of the girls who were shell shocked. She was shell shocked and couldn't like how you say fight. Kai get pissed at it, which later berates the girl for being a coward. It actually, like I said, this dude, like this literally happened in real life. And even the Patton movie even referenced that in real life. General Patton actually slapped one of his subordinates, calling him a coward. And I quote this from General Patton himself. But yeah, there is. He said this, and I quote from him: "You're going back to the front lines, and you may get shot and killed, but you're going to fight. If you don't, I'll stand you up against a wall and have a firing squad to kill you on purpose. In fact, I ought to shoot you myself, you goddamn whimpering coward." Which that later, Patton pulled out his pistol, wanting to kill him, threatening the guy to kill him. Which the Commander Colonel, the hospital doctor, got the guy out. As Patton was there, yelling at the medical officers who sent the guy back to the front lines. However, the incident spread out. General Eisenhower saw this and wasn't happy. Later on, the public learned about it, and they were outright pissed off to hear General Patton treating his man like this. Eisenhower ordered Patton to say his apologies, which Patton did. He shook hands with the guys that he slapped and berated, apologizing his action. Later on, he was then suspended after when the Normandy invasion. Yeah. That also referenced that to the manga, where K was, after K did that, K was then was forced to was forced out of command. Because how you say she was after what she did to her team, but after she was dismissed and was forced to relieve duty, Kay left and forcing the girls, how you say it, when the first match. Which, to be honest, the girls were happy that they survived the first match. But after that, we get the next panel showing the Soviet Union, where it shows Katusha and Nana like wanting revenge, wanting to face Milo again. And that's what chapter 1's in. Which I gotta say, love it. Which I gotta say, the first chapter of what I just discussed was quite messed up. Even for me, for who enjoys war and stuff, who enjoys war games and such, even playing soldiers, like this shocks me beyond my belief. Like I can't even believe this is what happened. Like the guy, like the author, like I said in the beginning, the author wasn't even part of the fandom. Like this is beyond crazy how this story was made. So yeah, that's my first brief of the thing. I'll continue. I'll make part 2 of the chapter 2 later because I need to go to Russia to talk about it. Which I gotta say, it's gonna be a long journey. Redline is gonna be there with his companions, which I don't know when they will depart. but they already left. So I'm just here in America in this goddamn forest with this thing with me. But so yeah, I'll see you like that. Hey guys, hang on. Let me turn on the camera so you guys can see. Hang on. What is that? What the fuck is that? Oh god!